government, they say they don't allow you to do any gambling. Like even if you make your product, you might make a lucky draw or something. There are so many rules and regulation around it. So stock market, right? You put money in, but nobody know whether the stock gonna go up or down or sideways. But people who know what's gonna happen are called insider trading, and it's disallowed or even illegal, right? So isn't a stock more like legalized gambling? Because they punish people who know what is going to happen, and that's because yeah.
In that case, I would say that any business, and especially startup, is also gambling
Yeah.
because you don't know what will be the result.
Yes.
You don't know how it will behave, but you just put money on something and you believe that you will win. Yeah, but stock trading is more close to that gambling, I would say.
Yeah. No, I'm just curious on why the government disallow, say, lotto, but allow stock, but also people who know. So yeah, so say in next week they're gonna do some announcement. You know that inside information, right? So then you're gonna bet, and then it's illegal because you know the inside information. But all he doing is reducing the risk, which become more like an investment than gambling. But in that case, the government want you to gamble more.
Probably they would like to profit themselves in that activities. That's why it's still legal.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just saying that it's not consistent for the government. You know, yeah. So they do one business gambling illegal, one sector make it legal. Yeah, and I noticed. I don't know if you noticed or not. Many governments around the world, most of the rules are there to prevent you from becoming their competitor. You know, like let's say, I'm not really into U.S. politics, but they have gun laws, for example, right? So yeah, of course, the bad guy can use the gun to shoot anybody. But what they're really afraid is having a lot of people group up with guns and become their competitor, might overthrow them, right? So I think that's their real worry, not because they want to save the citizens. Or yeah. So a lot of the rules I've seen as a startup, many big businesses are already there with the government, right? So all the rules that they're saying is for the good of the people are actually like to keep the startup from becoming big and become a competitor with them. Say, for example, minimum wage. Minimum wage is good for employees, but say I don't know, in Russia they have minimum wage. Yeah, how much is it in the US? Maybe $10-$20. Okay. In New Zealand, it's like
150 using.
Okay. Yeah. So in New Zealand, like 20 New Zealand dollars. And so basically what happened, if you start up with zero budget, right? And then you're trying to get people to come and work for you, and you negotiate something that you can afford, say $5 an hour. And then the person agree to work with you, and that's still illegal for them to work with you. Yeah. So I don't know why is that. You know, I don't know who is benefiting from that transaction, because the employee you want to work with that amount, and the employer can also pay that. But if you say you must pay $20 an hour, then I can pay. I can employ him. He won't get $5 as well. You know. So what I propose to the government, right? If you really care about people, say if you want a startup with zero budget to pay $25 an hour, why don't you get people like company like McDonald's to pay $200 an hour? You know, because then it's only fair, because otherwise you're preventing like small startup from competing with McDonald's. So McDonald's, as I say, you can't afford 20, so you can't really come up and become a new burger chain, right? So yeah, I'm a bit disillusioned with a lot of the stuff the government doing.
Hi, I'm David Beckham. From Auckland, New Zealand.